I've opened my eyes to the thrilling, fulfilling, spine-chilling, unwritten stuff. It's no surprise that I've been killing and killing and killing and killing it. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come, how about this ride? There's nowhere that we can't fly, nowhere that we can't. I just had all this excitement, release all my cards, lightning. I just had all this excitement, release all my. I just had all this excitement, let it happen, I'll fight it. Release all my cards, lightning. I spent so much time in the beginning, tried dimming myself, such a pity, right? I don't compromise. No, I can't stop winning and winning and winning and winning life. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come, how about this ride? There's nowhere that we can't fly, nowhere that we can't. I just had all this excitement, release all my cards, lightning. I just had all this excitement, release all my. I just have all this excitement, let it happen, I'll fight it. Release all my cards, lightning. Are you feeling? I'm feeling the groove. Am I making you move? Baby, come, how about this ride? There's nowhere that we can't fly.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, hello. And welcome to the Angel Channel. How's it going, my friend?
Weekly conversations with the angels and
Yes.
everything angels, angel experiences. It's going to be a good vibe. I'm
How
very
appropriate was that video? You were like, "Hey, let's play Heaven's Piece," and I was like, "Yeah, that's a good piece." And like musically and visually, it was like
well. That's what it's all about.
it was
You know,
perfect.
that song is done by a friend of ours named appropriately Heaven, and she'll be a guest on the show in a few weeks. We're also working on. She's going to be down for Thanksgiving, so we're going to shoot a little video while she's down
Oh,
and
nice.
joyous little happy energy to the show. You know, this new iteration of what we're doing. It's all going to be about bringing the light. You know, being the light, man. It's
I
like,
love it.
yeah, the darkness is gone, and we are just going to be letting it glow as bright as we possibly can.
I love it. I love it. So let's explain a little bit about what we're doing and what people just saw for anybody who's just coming across this newly branded Angel Channel. That was all handmade by a human artwork. It was Brian the Wizard right here. He's a photographic light painter who does some amazing work, as you can see. And that is his style of work, creates these beautiful light angels, which he's created an amazing angel oracle deck out of. Deus Angelus, the beautiful collector's edition that I have here. and that's where the idea for this came from, and
Exactly.
where the energy is going to come from, and I'm super excited. It's so current, it's so needed right now, right? We need the guidance, we need the angels to help humanity along the way.
You
um,
know, it's there are so many energies and influences trying to influence their own will on people. And,
mhm,
one of the most glorious things about the angel deck is that they're there for you all the time, but
mhm.
they don't interfere unless you ask. They don't like go butting in your life unless, it's not your time to die and they need to like keep you
Right.
from walking off the cliff or something like that. But
Right.
other than that, if you're not asking for their intervention and their help, they're going to leave you alone. So
Right.
it's really, they're an amazing, trustworthy, pure, like just wonderful, truthful vibe. They
Yeah.
don't always tell you what they want you to hear or you want to hear, but they
Right. Right.
always
Right. Right.
tell you the truth. And we just came off of this amazing journey with the Wizard of Oz tarot deck and the whole Fool's Journey,
Mhm.
and went card by card through that. And this deck is actually a companion deck to that, as you'll see as we go along through this. So those things are still really connected, and wind up giving you some really great information along the way. And I've gotten so ergonomic in my old age. But the things I used to spend days like, getting ready for, now I want to just pick up the deck and pull one card, not 20. And
Right.
it's frighteningly crazy how they're continue to be just absolutely accurate.
You were saying earlier, as we were kind of going through some of the stuff that we want to show today, you forgot how much you put into this, and how much of your soul, you really actually put into this. And I think that's what I'm excited about. I feel like this is going to it's paying homage to all of that energy that you spent to create these things, that's this thing that still exists today and still affects people, it's still a conduit for people to connect with that
Well, that's
energy.
what's really. I mean, it's as an artistic endeavor. It's probably that and the tarot deck are probably like I haven't done anything that's come anywhere close. And
Mhm,
when we were looking through the angel manual, that is the thing that accompanies the deck, and it's like
mhm,
360 pages.
mhm,
So creating the deck alone was this pretty big trek and an epic quest, but like
mhm,
making the manual was like, wow, all the research that went into it and like
mhm.
really fleshing it out to make it mean something was, I think that's one of the things I'm most proud about, like out of all the decades I've been taking up space, leaving really, really
That's
pretty good.
that's funny.
Yeah, I wanted to say hey to Jilly and to Grace both. I'm really
Yes. Hello,
glad.
hello. Thank you guys for being here, you ladies, you lovely ladies. And anybody who's here out there who's a little shy. We welcome comments, we welcome interaction that helps kind of grow the
We
show and the
we welcome
algorithm.
questions to do a reading on the
Questions,
show. Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
I've got the cards loaded and locked, and we'll be doing a lot more of that than we did with the tarot show. So
Yeah.
very excited
And I'm
about
excited too. Not only did you spend a lot of time with research and kind of your knowledge of the arts, um, I know the story, and I can't wait till you tell the story on this show, about how you channeled some of the writing, some of the automatic writing, and actually communicated with the angels to create this. I mean, I think
that.
that's such a great story. I love that.
That's been a
So
really life changing experience to be sure.
Grace is saying we're great wingmen. And Julie's sending us love. Thank you, ladies.
You guys, such jokesters.
So where do you want to start, Brian? You want to
Well,
start? You want to
I
jump
have
right in?
a couple of announcements before we get into the like
Awesome.
actual meat of it. I've got my boy Jacob over here at the ready for with another camera, but he's also going to be really getting involved in the show and getting some graphics and like really
Awesome.
boosting it up. And another of our friends, Drew, is going to be kind of doing a producer role and going out and searching out people that have angel experiences. And I'd like to throw that out to anybody out there right now too, that if you've had an experience with that, if you know somebody, pass it along. I'd really like to share those on
Yeah,
there.
angel stories for sure.
Those, yeah, because those, it, I've had a number of, and I will share those shortly, a number of like really intense interactions before the deck started happening.
Mhm, mhm,
And those interactions are really, really profound on
mhm,
a deep level if you let them in.
mhm,
And
mhm.
as a matter of fact, you mentioned the automatic writing. Let me get into the announcement first. Um,
Yes,
I've got a couple of sponsors, and the main one will be my friend Brandon, who has got an amazing architectural landscape company, and his
awesome.
company is going to be sponsoring us and setting them up with a whole big camera rig and like a set. So, like next week, we should actually look almost professional. So he's going to
Awesome.
come up on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to hanging with him. Maybe I could talk him into being on the show on Monday. But
That's awesome.
first sponsor, and like, it's kind of a really
I love that the sponsorship is in the form of kind of helping the show, and like I love that. That's actually absolutely perfect.
the great thing that came out, and kind of unexpected thing that came out of the Fool's Journey show, was just kind of the amazing little family that kind of grew up out of that,
Totally.
and people
Totally.
got to be making connections outside of that, and
Absolutely.
it's grown into its own little
I
nest.
love
So,
it. Actually, Jilly has a amazing question for our first premiere episode, so that we can kind of get all on the same page. Can you define angels?
well, angels are a specific frequency of being, and
Mm,
like. mm, I happen to use the incense smoke and charge that smoke up and that incense up with the energy of that particular angel that I was working on, and they manifested in that way to me, and I would say that uh, angels are kind of charged with looking out for us, look over us, check. Each one of us has actually a couple of birthday angels, a main angel that's your birthday angel on your actual birthday, but halfway across the on the opposite side of the astrological chart is another day, and that exactly mirrors that. So you have two secondary angels that's there as well, and those are there to help you at all times. And I think that as much as and any beings have a divine purpose, I believe that they do, and I believe that they are as connected to the source than any other frequency of being that I've happened to run into. So, what are they exactly? They're a conglomeration of energy. And just like we've been doing throughout the rest of the shows, it is all about actual energy. They'll show up in a way that you can understand and relate to them if it's time for
mhm,
them to show up. That's not like they have a standard, here's how an angel looks. We have expectations, with the wings and all that. And my light paintings actually are how I actually see them,
mhm,
because they show up and it's like this diaphanous energy that does look sort of wing-like and
mhm.
is just floating around, and it's really, really amazingly beautiful.
It is.
And with the smoke, the incense smoke from the way I did the cards, the things that we were showing in the video were light paintings, which is kind of an evolution past what I was doing with the cards. The cards are actually those light paintings are done in the dark, and uh, the angel cards were that incense was backlit with the sun in broad daylight.
Mhm, mhm,
And
mhm.
so I would do that. I would do the photographs during the day. Um, they're they're an angelic system called the Shem HaMephorash. There are 72 angels, and each one of those angels is an aspect. It's an angel of a name of God, an aspect of God.
Say that name again. Shem.
Shem, Shem, Ha, Ha,
Mhm.
Meforish, Morphesh.
Now, that sounds Hebrew almost? Is that
That's
Hebrew?
Hebrew, yes. And that is constructed, as you'll see in the manual when we get to that. That's actually constructed from 3 separate verses in Exodus. And those verses are each 72 characters long.
Mhm.
And the way that those names are arrived at is from the top row, you take the first letter. From the second row, you take the last letter. From the bottom row, you take the first letter. So those 3 letters form the name of God, and you'll see those on the cards.
Oh,
And then,
wow. I'm looking forward to
so
that.
then you go, and so that process happens for all 72 of them, and
Wow.
those correspond also to the astrology chart. Like it's broken up. Yeah, they're broken up
Wow.
into each angel has like dominion over 5 degrees of a particular sign. Yeah.
That's amazing. Amazing. So we've got a couple of new people who've joined us. Janice is out there. What's up, love? And I see Raven Adams is out there as well. What's up, Raven? Good to
Hi,
see you
Raven.
here. Um, can your angel cards be purchased on your website? Oh, now that's a
Yes,
slug of a
yes, they
question.
can, Grace.
That's
Yeah, they're on my Wizard of Oz website, and if you you direct message me at bryanlahr.com, I will give you a Mondo discount for getting.
Oh, look at that. Personal discount just for watching the show. I think I have an overlay. Yep, I do. There it is. If you take a moment, you can scan the one on the right side of this is that the right side of the screen? Yeah, the right side of the screen is the Wizard of Oz. That is Brian's website where you can get that card, and I could just leave that up there actually. I love the questions that we're getting. Cue the QR codes. Janice said, cue the QR
Yeah,
codes.
technology, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're getting set up. They're setting us up tonight. They're making it easy. We've got a good crowd tonight.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
so
exactly.
yeah, again, I know a little bit of the backstory, so I'm excited for you to retell it on this show about how this all came and like
Well,
you just said, how it's constructed.
the second half of that was that those cards got shot during the day.
Mhm.
But then late at night, usually midnight or after, I would go out and, I never take entities inside. I enjoy communicating, I enjoy exchanging ideas, but I never do what's usually referred to as invoking, which is bringing that
Mhm.
spirit actually inside you. I don't
Mhm. Mhm.
like to do that.
Mhm.
But these guys, like it was just, man, you've got to do it. And let me yeah, so each night I did a connection to a specific angel that I shot during the day, and I let go, took them inside, gave them access to my hand, and let them write out the readings. So
Mhm.
like these readings, I always read them word for word. I don't like to try to memorize them and change them.
Wow.
And I like that like the person that's seeing the cards gets to like the straight poop from the angel. Like so I'm not just making it up. It's
Wow, that's awesome.
pretty crazy, yeah, the way that they're exact every single time. Like most of the time these days, after the first sentence and what the reading is, like that, I've already got the answer.
That's
It's
so crazy. I feel like it's almost like sacred geometry, but with language, with messages. You know what I mean? Like it's mathematically just the way it is, right? It's just the
well, it's
pattern.
not really a mathematical thing.
Well, I
It's
mean,
more
I
a
just
free flow energy thing. Way
right, but the
way
messages, but I guess what I meant was like the messages always connected to that energy of that card and that angel. So it's
that's
like
true. Yeah,
that's what I meant. Yeah.
that's true.
So that's great. Oh, look, we've got Mary Jo out there. I finally found you tonight. What's up, Mary Jo? We
Mary Jo.
are happy that you found us. We are loving it. Everybody scoop back a little bit, make the circle a little bit wider.
All these
And,
angels showing up.
I
Good to see
love
you
it.
guys.
I
Yeah.
love it. Awesome. Thank you guys for showing up. That's
So,
awesome.
you know, again, inviting anyone out there that has angel experiences, and if any of you guys want an angel reading this evening, direct message us, and I'll be happy to pull a card for you.
Yeah.
I had a couple of really crazy experiences. Um, the first one, well, when I was a kid, I used to get really high fever, strep throat a lot. So I like had this, and I grew up Roman Catholic, so I had this connection to the Archangel Michael, and he's my confirmation saint, and I've always had this kind of like intense connection to that.
Mhm.
And I I found myself somebody having these set of crystal bowls, like 5 of them. And I'd been hearing how they got used to like send direct frequencies and connections to angels. And I
Mhm.
was really into that kind of mode of exploration at the time. So I got the bowls. I went home and like I started really spinning mine. And I found this like, whew, this pristine connection, man. Like I didn't want to make any noise. It's like everything should just be really silent because it's really sacred in the room right now. And like there was this weird glowy light, and like that was the first time that I like had that connection where I felt like,
Nice.
man, I was immersed in it. And
Mm.
the angels that connected to those individual bowls, like I spent a whole night just going off. And the next day I came upon the Shem HaMephorash, and that was the very first time that I had seen that. And that was in a big book called The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. And yeah, I'm if anyone doesn't have a magical background or just wants to see what the history of things like, that is the most amazing book. There's hundreds and hundreds, like from numerology and the the pyramids and like plant
Say
magic.
the name again. Let me put it on the screen. The Secret
The
Teaching.
Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. Yeah, really phenomenal book. I've got the big Mamu, yeah, like thick one. That's like giant. It looks like a magic book because it
It
is.
is. Because it is a magic book. It's amazing.
So
I can't wait to whip that out also. That's
yeah,
an
I
amazing.
started doing I did some paintings. I think I showed you that angel bowl painting, that came out of that time,
Mhm.
and that was a really deep exploration into that. And as things happened,
Mhm.
I got waylaid into some other currents of things, and didn't really work with that for a long time. And about 20 years later, I found myself running afoul of a really nasty group of African related stuff. It's called Palomayombe. It's really a very dark and ugly, dangerous kind of thing used in the wrong ways. Let's put it
Right.
that.
Right.
And they would definitely use it in the wrong ways. And I had a whole like little coven of people trying to kill me and drive me
Yeah.
crazy. So I wound up calling out to like help from every direction, anyone that was out there available to help me. And I was shooting these Polaroids into the mirror, and getting these messages back. And there's one of those that's called the Angel Michael. If you happen to see that around in your little file, yeah, bring that up because
I don't think they're labeled like that. But I'm gonna look. I'm gonna take a.
yeah, it'd be cool to see that one because that was actually where the tide turned for me, and I realized I wasn't alone, and I had like mega help.
Wow.
Yeah.
Angel Michael. I'm not seeing it. So we haven't even started to look at the cards, and already Grace Grella is saying, please pull a card. Sharon is asking for a card. Actually, it's not Sharon. It is, well, hello, Mindy. Mindy Fesenstein is out there. Hello, Mindy. Good to see you. And then Mary Jo saying, it's all the magical goodness that is with you. She knows. I think she knows it protects you.
Okay, well, we don't have to beat that one up. We'll show that next week.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into doing some cards. I'd really like to pull some cards.
Okay.
So yeah, first thing I want to do is just kind of elevate the space, and you know, as much as this is, I hope, entertaining, I'd really like for this part of it to be really magical and for everyone to connect if they want to, and be part of the circle of this little vortex of energy we're going to create,
Absolutely.
and elevate and raise the space so
Yes.
we're full of
I,
light.
I
Yes.
feel like we should announce that Grace just got the collector's edition of the Deus Angelus deck. What a
You
successful first
are
day.
amazing. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. I ask that this space be pure and full of light. Ask this space be pure and full of light and radiate out to everyone listening. Fill them up with joy and bliss and peace, and to make them open and prepared to hear whatever messages come through from you guys. Always to the source with gratitude and love. Ooh, I love when I get the rush up the back. Yes, yes. Yeah, and I would like my angel, Lek Bell, my birthday angel, to show up and be with us and be in the space, and let's have a really good time tonight. All right, so I thought the very first thing that we could do is pull an angel card for the show itself, and
Yeah, let's do it.
let's see what it has to say for us here.
I'm gonna log it.
Words of wisdom for the show, the angel channel. Wisdom for the show, the angel channel. Words of wisdom for the show, the angel channel. Yes. Number 27, the angel of the propagation of light. Oh my goodness. What an amazing card. Hang on one second. We're going to read it now. Victory, victory, victory. Keep the faith. The news you've been waiting for is coming, and you can win all your dreams. Don't give up. Keep trying and you will succeed. Believe in yourself. Know that you have been given the skills and opportunities to realize your hopes and dreams for the future. Relax and concentrate on the task at hand. You will succeed. You will know victory over the will over the physical world, the ability to change the course of destiny and thoughts. Success comes from gathering an excellent team to work together. You bonehead. You have the ability to persuade, influence, and counsel from your struggle to develop your ideas. There will emerge a dominant theme and a leader. Not everyone or everything is trustworthy. Use your intuition. You will feel when something is not right and the red light goes on. Trust that. Shift your emphasis from your problems to your joys. See your victory. Assume it's done. Your optimism will produce the very success it desires and expects. Oh my God. Wow.
How perfect is that? Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I love to breathe it all in. Wow.
So you guys that want me to pull cards, do you have a specific question that you would like, or do you want me just to pull a card for words of wisdom for you?
Yeah, let's start with Grace. Grace, do you have an answer for Bryan as far as a specific
I'm still
question?
just kind of breathless about that. That was
That's
an
amazing. That
card.
was amazing. Totally amazing. I relax and I concentrate on the task at hand. That's perfect. Amazing. So hold on, new comments. Grace is saying awesome words of wisdom. She's looking for some words of
All
wisdom.
right, Grace, let me shuffle up here and let's pull something for you.
And I think I might be able to, if you tell me the number, I might be able to find it quickly. So just because I can get a little preview.
Number 70, the angel of alchemy.
Oh, I don't know if I have it. Hold up.
Yeah.
I only have up to 35.
All right, Grace. I asked words of wisdom for Grace for using her new deck. Greater awareness of the deepest truth in place of the surface truth. Let me read that again. Greater awareness of the deepest truth in place of the surface truth. Never allow yourself to think that this is all there is. Remain loyal to your purpose, to yourself, and to others. The end of the road is just the beginning. Prepare to move on. That is so apropos because that was the end of the tarot show. And do you have that? Do you have that up in the manual by any chance?
No, I'm looking for it. The folder I was just looking at has up to Angel 35.
Well, you're in the wrong PDF. There's a two-parter, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me keep going. You have the ability to integrate and balance your feelings in deep, expansive, and innovative ways. Use your skill for your own emotional happiness and well-being and that of others, and victory and liberations are assured. You're addicted to your emotions. Wow, aren't we all? They have become ends in themselves, goaded on by the ego, an unwelcome source of intense stimulation. Everything gets exaggerated for effect. You could be suffering for the rush itself rather than recognizing pain as the initial part of the positive lesson to be learned. A person stuck here may never get beyond the suffering. So, Grace, give it up. Yeah. You know, when you allow your emotions to run who you are going to be like on the surface of the ocean in the middle of a hurricane. And it's just going to be from one rock right to the other, you know. And when you are able to move yourself out of your second band of your aura, which is your emotional band, and you get out there to your objective self and you look at any situation, you wind up getting really great information, and then go back to your second band and feel about that, because your emotions are just reacting and they're feeding you lies and illusions all the time. Those aren't the things that are real. Those are the things that you're feeling, and those feelings can just change on a dime, change on a whim. Somebody says something, somebody does something, you see something, boom, and your emotions are all there. When you're in your rational, objective observer, you're observing information and you're getting what that information actually is, not constructs of your own fears or joys. It's not even always bad emotions. It's like either end of that roller coaster, you know, from just despair to ecstasy. You know, those extremes are like emotional areas where you're creating those. Those aren't really you. The real you is the you that's out past that and observing what's going on and collecting and formulating what it wants to do with those emotions and that energy.
Wow.
Spiritual surrender. That's exactly right, Grace. Connection to the source. Connection to the source. I can't say it enough. Can't say it enough. Can't say it enough. It is always there. All right. So since we're not going to talk about magic, I'm going to talk about the aura anyway.
Okay.
So your aura is a bunch of bands. It's not just a bunch of light that's glowing. And each of those bands has specific functions. Your emotions, your thoughts, your energy transfer, your earth interface, and you're close to your body. and we operate in like the first 6 bands of that aura. That's where our like reality is. Above that is another you that's not like a guardian angel. It is you, and it's existing on another plane, on another level of existence, and it's you evolved so much past where you are now. And that's been part of my journey for the last 5 or 6 years, is establishing contact with that and moving to that. One of the things that you have to do is that they operate at frequencies that are so much higher, that their energy is so infinitely brighter that they don't even notice us, because we are just at such a slow frequency compared to how they perceive. So the whole first 9 months of that training is about being able to get bright enough and make your own energy glow enough to get their attention and make that connection.
Wow.
And the way that happened was, I was standing up and my arms out to the sides. So it's forming this tripod from my third eye to my hands, and out of that, and that's forming like a pyramid shape, a long, long, long off in the distance shape. And in the center of that, I'm projecting with my solar plexus and making that super bright. So that was connection to him, and that was really super cool. But I realized that, so he's on the next 6 bands, and then there's another you and another you, and it just keeps getting more and more evolved and elevated, and the frequency higher and higher, and the light brighter and brighter and brighter, until you merge back with the source. So in essence, you're always connected to the source. So I've been like sending out not just my prayers, but I've been making that shape and creating that and sending that all the way to the source. And that's not only going through from me, that's now going through all the me's, the most elevated me's, all the way. Woo!
Wow.
And the reflections coming back from that have been absolutely mind-blowing.
Wow.
Absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I remember when you first started talking about trying to reach the 7th band, I think originally, right? You were trying to.
That has been a recent, and that's
Yeah.
crazy world beyond description. Yeah, it really
Amazing.
Realizing not just being in that space, but realizing that through all of the evolutions of you, they're all existing right now. It's not like something that's going to be sequential that waits to happen, like you live this life and then you evolve.
Right.
You're evolving, like all of you are evolving all at the
That's
same
that's a hard. I love that concept, and I love talking about that everything is happening all at the same moment, and it's such a hard concept to.
I know, it's really twisted.
It's really twisted your brain, but it's so awesome. I mean, it's when you connect to the concept and you're like, I don't get it, but I know it's right. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, when you start, when it's not conceptual, I mean, I go and like explore those places.
right.
Like I have experience that shows me those, that wasn't something that someone told me.
Right.
It's like I went and
Amazing.
and I've come to those conclusions that I just gave you, like about no one like gave me the the triangle thing to like contact the source.
Right.
But that seemed to make sense, and like, why not try?
Yeah.
I mean, the worst thing that could happen is nothing. I mean, you send out love and gratitude to the source. What are you going to get punished? No.
Right. The worst thing that can happen. Nothing.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. So we had a couple more people. I don't know if you're ready to pull another.
Yeah, there were a couple of
Sharon Brensecki, thank you for being here. I thought that she was saying that it was Mindy Fesenstein because I know Mindy, but she was actually trying to tag her. So Sharon's the one who's here looking for a card.
Okay.
Do you have a specific question, Sharon, or are you just looking?
Let me grab a drink real quick. I'll be
okay.
Right back.
She's looking for some words of wisdom anyway. So I hope you folks are enjoying this. This is I know I am immensely. Bryan is one of my favorite human beings. One of my favorite interdimensional beings. Actually, let's say that, because I've got plenty of favorite human beings, but he's actually more than that. And it's really cool that I get to do this and be a part of this. And so again, Sharon is just looking for words of wisdom.
All right. Let me shuffle up a bit.
Yeah.
Whew. I like when they're around, man. It's been really fun. You know, I'm going to look forward to like living the angels cards every week instead of living the tarot cards.
Yeah. Right. That's amazing. You know, and I love the way that you talk about it, because I can feel it when you say it. Like when you said you've been doing a lot of readings, a lot of people have been coming to you for readings, and that really just means the angels are just around. You know what I mean? They're really ready to communicate, and you know, you're just an
I had an
amazing
event that
conduit.
happened about 2 months ago, dude, that changed me like that. It was one of it's like that's never happened to me. I don't really know anyone else that's happened to, but
What
like there,
happened? Tell us.
yeah, well, that's another story.
Okay. Okay.
But
Listen.
that relates to like doing the three thing, like two people that resonate. That's a longer story. We'll do
Right.
that next week.
Well, listen, we got a whole bunch of shows. We'll keep people coming back. We'll talk
Yeah.
about this
All
stuff.
right.
That's coming up.
Let
Coming
me
up
get
on on an episode of the Angel Channel.
let me get focused for Sharon here.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Words of wisdom for my friend Sharon. Words of wisdom for my friend Sharon. Words of wisdom for my friend Sharon. Yes. 19. The angel of expansive intelligence. It's hard to see that. There we go. Yeah, it's awesome. This is a good card. Intense, but good. All right. You are about to be gifted love that is nurturing, creative, clearly focused, inspirational, and equally fulfilling. That's so good, I'm going to read it again. You are about to be gifted love that is nurturing, creative, clearly focused, inspirational, and equally fulfilling. A beginning to a new romance in which you will experience communication, balance, and deep love. Together, you will reach your goals. The seed has blossomed into a tree of appreciation, two souls equally cherished. Good, solid ideas are passing between two people. Respect will blend your hearts together. The feeling of being simultaneously very special to one another rather than just equal. Expect a surprise. Two whole complete souls when united. Oh my God, this is exactly what I was just talking about. God, dude, whoa. Two whole complete souls when united create a third construct larger than either of them separately.
We were
A
just talking about
love affair which will unite your separate qualities and abilities through love to produce something in your lives beyond what either of you could have achieved alone. Love gives meaning to the sexual drive that leads us to it. You will find success once you have connected your spiritual and material world into one. Dude, I know that. Yeah, Shannon, I hope that was as good for you as it was for me.
yeah. Sharon said she loves it. First she said she loves it. Now she wants what did she tell her husband? But right before you read that, Julie said, this is amazing, and the card pull info can connect with others as well.
That's true.
And there you go. You pulled that
That's
card,
true.
and it was right about you too. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing about like when I did the channeling for these 72 days in a row. Like it was each one
Yeah.
of those angels. It was about that card and what that angel had to say. But those readings were like being like they were talking right to me.
Yeah, man.
So it was kind of like, man, it
Amazing.
took me up. It was a really intense little ride in so many ways. Okay, now because that got selected, I have to tell the story.
Okay.
All right. I was going through a really dark, really, really dark moment. And the universe was, when they decide it's time for you to learn, you're going to learn or really suffer the consequences in really unpleasant ways.
Mhm.
So anyway, over the course of my connecting with magical people over the years, I've met a couple of people that when you are in the same space with them, you not only resonate with them in a really pleasant way, so that
Mhm.
like you don't feel drained, you feel really good, and like
Mhm.
everything's cool, and that's great.
Mhm.
But there have been a couple of people that when I am in the same space with them, our resonance like vibrates at this frequency that for whatever reason creates a third thing, and
Mhm.
it's like it's bigger than both of us.
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
and my girlfriend Leah and I both like that was one of the initial things that sort of brought us together because it
Yeah.
was wow, that energy is crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I was in the middle. I won't go into the whole like wazoo of what was really going down, but it was very desperate. It was like right at this like point of like
Perfect moment.
either fixing or it was going to break.
Right.
So we wound up doing this scenario, and we got together. We joined our energy together. I love practice. She and I practiced together really well, and
Mhm.
and we lit that up, and both of our light like it started resonating, and it rises up, and there's this like third thing, and I realized that I could reach up with my attention and grab that and cleanse that and grab everything that had been gooky, not only in this lifetime but every other lifetime as well, and just
Wow.
all of it, man. And I put some serious juice in it, and at the end of it, we both heard this like snap, and I went, "Wow, what in the heck was that?" And I'm like, "Oh," I'm like feeling this rush all over me. I'm like, "Whoa, that is just amazing!" And I hear this voice going, "It's over. It's over." Like it was like not over like you're dead, over
Mm.
like it's over, man. It's like all good. So the first thing I did is I went and I pulled an angel card, and the very first line of it, and my question was, the success of what we just did, and it said a complete success, a complete and total success.
Wow.
So what the result of that was that my light, the color of my aura, like changed like that, like different, boom, in an instant. And I expected it to kind of like go back. I've been this other color for like
That's amazing.
decades, and it's just stayed in this other space, this other color, and it's been an amazing transformation of my attitudes, how I look at stuff. It made me, I've been doing a lot of experimentation with moving my color specifically
Mhm. Mhm.
on my own to try to like work through this situation. And out of that learning, I realized that, what we think we are, like that's just me, like that's just who I am.
Mhm.
That's bullshit, because what we really are just a collection of circumstances,
Mhm.
choices, and
Mhm. Mhm.
emotions. And
Mhm.
that if you move the colors and the points of light in your aura that are generating those responses to things, and you
Mhm.
move those over just a little bit, the entirety of your perspective changes,
Amazing.
and you're looking at the exact same scenario, but you're reaching a different, completely.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It feels different. Yeah, yeah, I get it.
So
Mhm.
your point of view is just your point of view, and
Mhm.
and what's happened to me since that. I'm not having to exert any energy towards like making that happen. It's
Right.
just changed like all of this long list of stuff I was like OCD about. Like I don't care about at
That's
all.
amazing. And what you're saying is so fascinating to me. Again, this is kind of crossing over with the live stream of consciousness, right? It just the idea of of what you're saying, I guess just energetically, you know what I mean? Uh, I'm I'm trying to think of how to compare it to what I'm thinking of, but I'm at a loss for words here. I had it in my head. I was like, yes, yes, yes. You're getting me all pumped up, excited. But yes, I think that you were talking about, I guess, perspective and like you can be in. Oh, okay. So what I was going to say was the idea that you're aware of, okay, I'm in this same exact situation, and I'm aware that it used to feel like this, but now it feels like this, and like it's totally different, and it's the awareness of it, you know what I mean, is really, that's what's really cool to me. That's where I think it ties into consciousness.
It's an amazing area. Like it's so like the uses for this are just
Amazing.
beyond
Yeah,
words. Yeah.
amazing. And
And
it's
I've
it
just been enjoying being happy. You
yeah,
know,
of course.
my blue color, man, what a moody bitch. Oh my God. Like I'm just like the most like
It's
roller
perfect, right?
coaster of emotion. And like I've just been happy. It used to be something needed to happen to make me happy. Like a situation
Right,
needed to be
right,
cool,
right, right, right.
some input.
You know what? And that's what I try to explain. It's like happiness is not a destination; it's a mode of travel, right? It's like that's what I try to explain to people. And Joe's saying
Well,
the rebirth.
I have a little bit different twist. It's happiness is not a condition; it's a choice.
Right, right. Absolutely. No, absolutely. 1,000,000%. I'm hoping that Raven Adams is still with us because I know she was looking to get a card pulled. Raven, if you're still out there, let us know if you're looking for a specific question or you just want some words of wisdom, which seems to be working for everybody today. um, I think the words of wisdom that have been coming through probably do resonate with everybody in some way with their own life and their own.
They're the ultimate multitaskers.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know what? Like that, it was just such an amazing idea to do this show because I feel like it will naturally reach the people that it's supposed to. Much easier. It's just going to be out there, and people will see it.
Well, we're
And
gonna do a lot more effort to make it be out there
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. So I don't know if Raven is still with us. I don't see her responding. We pulled for Sharon. Oh, Raven is yes, she's still here. Yes, yay. So Raven, what do you look for? Words of wisdom, please. Yes, everybody loves Brian's words of wisdom, or not Brian's words,
All
the
righty.
angel's words of wisdom. Weekly conversations with angels. What a great start. This week's we've had some good conversations so far. I'm really pleased with this. Thank you guys for all coming. This is a party, an angel party.
Words of wisdom for Raven. Words of wisdom for Raven. Words of wisdom for Raven. You're gonna love this one. This the number 64, the angel of vivification.
64. Let's bring her up. There we go. Beautiful. Wow, look at that.
Okay, you are experiencing information overload. Clear your mind, take a deep breath, and put your thoughts in order. Where there has been mental or physical abuse, you need to take distance and support. With distance, it is possible to rise above the situation and be objective so that you can see the big pattern, determine some meaning behind it, and what to act on. Sometimes you have to be strong and be the one to break out of a relationship that is no longer healthy, but to wish you were both addicted. There are times when it is proper to leave others behind in order to break through relationship patterns that obsess and bind you. When you feel locked and that nothing can be accomplished, cleanse your energy, center yourself, and wait. Difficult though your life may be at the moment, it will change. Communicate any new ideas or decisions in such an objective way that they can be received and heard. Be always aware of the big picture. Intense.
Very intense. I was looking at the card and I just had to zoom in on it and look some more. It's such a beautiful card. I love the coloring
Yeah.
on this card. The coloring right here is so nice. Wow. So beautiful. And
You
and
know,
so this right here also, sorry, this is the Hebrew for Mehiel right here. Is that correct?
correct. Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking. See, it's very interesting. I gotta say, since I went to my nephew's bar mitzvah, the Hebrew language, the symbols very specifically have been talking to me. Like definitely, like I'm seeing them, and I am like I started looking at that, and I'm like, okay, I'm like mechai, mehei. What does it say? I'm like trying to read it, and then I look over and I see mehiel, and I'm like, oh, that's what it says. I don't see the L character. I see the mehia, rest of it, but however it translated. Thank you, and Raven says very accurate. Thank you.
So Raven, like sometimes it says relationships. Your immediate thing just take that with relationship to somebody else, but that can also be like your relationship to yourself.
Mhm.
Just passing that on, and some
Sure.
aspect of yourself that you would like to grow beyond.
Sure. So Brian Raven, just so you know, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine and somebody who may have an angel experience and might want to come on the show. Raven works with the tarot and angel oracle cards as well, and she does this thing called lead with energy, and she actually leaves the cards around. She's guided to leave the cards around in like random places. And people contact her and they're like, oh my god, this was the perfect message I needed to receive.
That's awesome.
Really, really amazing. Yeah, she was on the live stream. She's really amazing, amazing, doing some amazing stuff. So we've got some
Well,
really excellent
well,
people.
since she's a tarot person, the tarot card that relates to this card that I pulled for you is the
Mhm.
Six of Swords. So
Mhm.
it's that moment where you're going out in search of something new and something fresh, and you're leaving your cards around is pretty good. I
Oh,
love that.
great, right? Amazing. I,
Yeah.
I I saw what she was doing, and I was like, I have to have this person on my show. And actually, Grace Grella, who is the person who introduced me, said, "Oh, you got to check out what she's doing." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." So again, I love that the people who are attracted to the show are already kind of high in vibration and like already know what's going on and into it. So thank you guys so much for your support.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I can't believe it's already been an hour. So it looks like we got through our first episode, but we didn't even start looking at like the cover of the deck and start talking about the origin of the cards. But I guess
There's 72 shows,
pl- plenty
so
stuff to
we'll
get
get
to.
to
Yeah,
something next week. It's just gonna be organic. I'm like,
so
the
far
hell with
so
the
good.
structure. We'll have a plan and then we'll blow it up. So
So far so good.
we'll
It's
have
it, it
fun.
it's
I
it's
love, man, the whole like reading thing and connecting. Like,
amazing,
really great.
amazing. Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
thanks
Yeah.
for participating, you guys. Really appreciate
Yeah, totally. We really appreciate it. And I guess look for us here next week. We'll be back doing the
it.
same
Yeah,
thing and
and hit
tell
that
your friends.
subscribe and tell some friends,
Yeah,
please.
bring your friends to this party. Come on, we can all scoot back and make the circle as wide as it needs to be virtually. So yeah, just bring them on. Awesome. Bri, I love you. I love you guys out there. We'll see you next week.
See you next
Peace.
week.